Hello and welcome to Artificial Fluency English Stories. I'm your host, Karen, and I'm so excited to share today's English adventure with you. This podcast is specially made for people who are just beginning to learn English. Today's episode is called Community Connections, and we have 5 heartwarming stories about people in a neighborhood helping each other. These stories will teach you important English words about friendship, kindness, and working together. I will speak slowly and clearly using simple words and short sentences. After each story, I will explain the most important vocabulary to help you learn. Remember, it's okay if you don't understand every word. Just enjoy listening and try your best. Our stories today show how neighbors can become friends and how small acts of kindness can make a big difference. We will meet Jenny, who starts a book club in her apartment building. We will follow Sam as he helps his elderly neighbor with her garden. We will see how Alex solves a problem with the lost dog. We will watch Nina organize a neighborhood cleanup day. And we will join Roberto as he teaches cooking to his new friends. These stories happen in everyday life with real situations you might experience. They will help you learn English words for talking about your community, your neighbors, and helping others. Are you ready to begin? Let's start our journey into the world of community connections. Jenny moved to a new apartment building 3 months ago. She lives on the 4th floor in a small but comfortable apartment. Jenny loves reading books, but she feels lonely because she doesn't know her neighbors yet. Every evening, Jenny sits by her window and reads. She sees other people in the building, but they just say hello and walk quickly to their apartments. Jenny wishes she could make friends with her neighbors. One Saturday morning, Jenny has an idea. Maybe other people in this building like reading too, she thinks. I could start a book club. Jenny feels excited about her plan. Jenny makes colorful flyers on her computer. The flyer says, "Do you like reading? Join our new book club. We will meet every Sunday at 3 p.m. in the community room. All neighbors welcome. Contact Jenny in apartment 4B." Jenny puts the flyers under every door in the building. There are 24 apartments, so she walks up and down the stairs many times. She feels tired, but hopeful. On Sunday afternoon, Jenny waits in the community room. She brings tea, coffee, and cookies for everyone. At 3 p.m., nobody comes. Jenny feels disappointed. Maybe nobody likes reading, she thinks sadly. At 3:15, an old woman comes into the room. "Are you Jenny?" she asks. "I'm Mrs. Wilson from apartment 2A. I love reading mystery books." Jenny smiles widely. "Yes, I'm Jenny. Please sit down and have some tea." 5 minutes later, a young man arrives. "Hi, I'm David from 3C, he says. "I saw your flyer. I read science fiction books." Soon, 2 more people arrive, Maria from the 1st floor and Paul from the 5th floor. They all love different types of books, but they are excited to talk about reading. "What book should we read first?" asks Jenny. "How about a short, easy book that everyone can enjoy?" suggests Mrs. Wilson. "Maybe a book about friendship or adventure." They choose a book called The Lighthouse Keeper's Daughter. It's not too long, and the story is interesting for all ages. The group talks for 2 hours about books they love, books they want to read, and their favorite authors. Jenny feels so happy. She has made 4 new friends. The next Sunday, 6 people come to the book club. The 3rd Sunday, 8 people come. Word is spreading around the building that the book club is fun and friendly. After 2 months, Jenny's book club has 12 regular members. They meet every Sunday and discuss their weekly reading. Sometimes they bring homemade food to share. During holidays, they exchange books as gifts. Mrs. Wilson says, "Jenny, thank you for starting this club. I was lonely before, but now I look forward to Sundays. Reading is more fun when you can share it with friends." Jenny realizes that her simple idea has brought the whole apartment building together. Neighbors who never talked before are now friends. Children from different families play together in the courtyard. People help each other with small shopping and small problems. Books connect people, Jenny tells her mother on the phone, but friendship connects people even more. Word explanations. Apartment building. Tall building with many homes inside. Lonely. Feeling sad because you don't have friends nearby. Flyers. Pieces of paper with information that you give to people. Community room. Shared space where neighbors can meet. Disappointed. Feeling sad when something doesn't happen as you hoped. Mystery books. Stories about solving crimes or puzzles. Science fiction. Stories about future technology and space. Suggests. Gives an idea or recommendation. Regular members. People who come to meetings often. Word is spreading. News is traveling from person to person. Look forward to. Feel excited about something that will happen. Courtyard. Open area in the middle of buildings. Sam is 15 years old and lives with his family in a small house with a tiny backyard. Next door lives Mrs. Garcia, an 80-year-old woman who has lived in the neighborhood for 40 years. Mrs. Garcia has a beautiful garden behind her house. She grows tomatoes, peppers, herbs, and many colorful flowers. Sam always admires her garden when he walks past her fence. This spring, Sam notices that Mrs. Garcia looks tired when she works in her garden. She moves slowly and takes many breaks. Sometimes she struggles to carry her watering can or bend down to pull weeds. One Saturday morning, Sam sees Mrs. Garcia sitting on her back step, looking sadly at her overgrown garden. The weeds are tall, and some plants look dry and unhealthy. Sam walks over to the fence. "Good morning, Mrs. Garcia," he says politely. "Your garden usually looks so beautiful. Is everything okay?" Mrs. Garcia sighs. "Oh, hello, Sam. My arthritis is getting worse, and gardening is becoming difficult for me. I'm afraid my garden will die this year." Sam thinks for a moment. "Would you like some help? I don't know much about gardening, but I'm strong and I can learn." Mrs. Garcia's face brightens. "Really? You would help an old woman with her garden?" "Of course," says Sam. "I have free time on weekends, and I would love to learn about growing plants." They agree that Sam will come over every Saturday morning to help with garden work. Mrs. Garcia will teach him about plants, and Sam will do the physical work that is too hard for her. The next Saturday, Sam arrives with gloves and a hat. Mrs. Garcia shows him how to pull weeds without hurting the good plants. She teaches him which plants need more water and which ones prefer shade. Gardening is like taking care of friends. Each plant has different needs, and you must pay attention to help them grow strong. Sam enjoys learning about the garden. He discovers that tomatoes need support sticks, that herbs smell wonderful when you touch them, and that earthworms are actually good for soil. After 4 weeks of working together, the garden looks magnificent again. The vegetables are growing well, the flowers are blooming, and everything is neat and organized. Mrs. Garcia is very grateful. Sam, you have given me back my garden and my joy, she says. How can I thank you? You already have, says Sam. You taught me something new, and we became friends. That's the best payment. Mrs. Garcia has an idea. When the vegetables are ready, we can share them. You take half, and I'll keep half. Partners should share their success. At the end of summer, Sam and Mrs. Garcia harvest baskets full of tomatoes, peppers, and herbs. Sam's family enjoys fresh vegetables all season, and Sam feels proud of what he helped create. The friendship continues through the seasons. In autumn, they plant bulbs for spring flowers. In winter, they plan next year's garden together. Sam learns that helping others often teaches you new skills and creates lasting friendships. Word explanations. Admires, looks at something with appreciation and respect. Struggles, has difficulty doing something. Watering can, container used to give water to plants. Weeds, unwanted plants that grow in gardens. Overgrown, plants that have grown too big and wild. Arthritis, condition that makes joints hurt and stiff. Brightens, becomes happier and more cheerful. Physical work, activities that require strength and movement. Support sticks, pieces of wood that help plants grow straight. Earthworms, small creatures that live in soil and help plants. Magnificent, very beautiful and impressive. Harvest, collect crops when they are ready to eat. Bulbs, plant parts you put in soil that grow into flowers. Alex is walking home from school on a rainy Tuesday afternoon when he hears a dog whimpering behind some bushes in the park. Alex loves animals, so he stops to investigate the sound. Behind the bushes, Alex finds a small brown and white dog. The dog is wet, shivering, and looks scared. It has no collar, and Alex doesn't recognize it from his neighborhood. "Hey there, little guy," Alex says softly, kneeling down slowly. "Are you lost?" The dog wags its tail weakly but stays hidden behind the bushes. Alex can see that the dog is hungry and has been outside for a while. Its fur is dirty and tangled. Alex takes out his peanut butter sandwich from his backpack. He breaks off small pieces and offers them to the dog. The dog sniffs carefully, then eats the food quickly. It's clearly very hungry. "You need help," Alex says gently. "Let me see if I can find your family." Alex takes out his phone and calls his mother. "Mom, I found a lost dog in the park. Can you help me figure out what to do?" His mother suggests calling the local animal shelter and posting on the neighborhood social media group. She also tells Alex to check if the dog has any identification tags or microchip information. Alex carefully approaches the dog with more food. This time, the dog lets Alex pet its head. Alex checks for a collar or tags, but finds nothing. The dog seems friendly but very tired. Since it's getting late and still raining, Alex decides to take the dog home temporarily. "Come on, buddy," he says. "Let's get you warm and dry." Alex's family welcomes the dog and gives it food, water, and a warm blanket. They call the animal shelter to report finding the dog and check if anyone has reported a missing pet. The shelter worker says, "Bring the dog tomorrow and we'll scan for a microchip." Also, post photos on social media and put up flyers around the area where you found him. That evening, Alex creates a found dog post with photos. He describes where he found the dog and asks people to share the post to help find the owner. Alex also makes paper flyers with the dog's photo and his phone number. The next day after school, he hangs flyers on telephone poles and in store windows near the park. On Thursday evening, Alex's phone rings.
A woman's voice says, "I saw your flyer about the found dog. I think that might be my dog, Buddy. He's been missing for 3 days." The woman, Mrs. Chen, comes to Alex's house with a photo of her dog. It's definitely the same dog. Mrs. Chen explains that Buddy escaped from their backyard during the storm on Monday night. "I was so worried," Mrs. Chen says with tears in her eyes. "Buddy has never been away from home before. Thank you so much for taking care of him." Buddy recognizes Mrs. Chen immediately and jumps into her arms, tail wagging excitedly. Alex feels happy to see the reunion, but also a little sad to say goodbye to his new friend. Mrs. Chen gives Alex a reward for his kindness, but Alex says, "I'm just glad Buddy is safe. That's reward enough for me." A week later, Mrs. Chen visits Alex with Buddy. "Would you like to be Buddy's dog walker?" she asks. "I work long hours, and Buddy could use a young friend for exercise and playtime." Alex is delighted by the offer. Now he has a part-time job that lets him spend time with his four-legged friend while helping Mrs. Chen care for her beloved pet.
Word explanations. Whimpering, making sad, quiet crying sounds. Investigate, look into something to find out more. Shivering, shaking because of cold or fear. Collar, band that goes around a dog's neck. Kneeling down, going down on your knees. Weakly, without much strength or energy. Tangled, twisted and messy. Animal shelter, place that takes care of lost or homeless animals. Microchip, tiny device put under pet skin for identification. Temporarily, for a short time, not permanently. Reunion, happy meeting after being apart. Reward, money or gift given for good actions. Delighted, very happy and pleased. Nina walks through her neighborhood every morning on her way to work. Lately, she notices that the streets and park have become messy. There is litter everywhere: plastic bottles, candy wrappers, fast food containers, and cigarette butts. The mess makes Nina feel sad and frustrated. This used to be such a beautiful neighborhood, she thinks. Why doesn't someone do something about all this trash? One weekend morning, Nina realizes, I am someone. I can do something about this problem. She decides to organize a neighborhood cleanup day. Nina starts by talking to her immediate neighbors. She knocks on doors and explains her idea. "Would you like to help clean up our neighborhood? We could work together for just 2 hours on Saturday morning." Most people are enthusiastic about the idea. Mrs. Johnson from next door says, "Yes, I've been thinking the same thing. Count me in." Nina creates a simple plan. She will provide trash bags, gloves, and bottled water for volunteers. They will meet at the park at 9 a.m. and work until 11 a.m., then have a small celebration with coffee and donuts. Nina posts flyers around the neighborhood and shares the information on social media. She also asks the local hardware store if they can donate some cleaning supplies. The hardware store owner, Mr. Rodriguez, is happy to help. "This is a great idea," he says. "I'll donate trash bags and work gloves for everyone." On Saturday morning, Nina arrives at the park early to set up. She brings tables for supplies and signs to show where different types of trash should go: recyclables, regular garbage, and dangerous items like broken glass. At 9 a.m., Nina is amazed to see 23 people arrive to help. There are families with children, teenagers, elderly neighbors, and even some people from nearby streets who heard about the event. Nina explains the plan. "We'll work in small groups. Some people will focus on the park, others will clean the sidewalks and streets. Please be careful around traffic and don't pick up anything that looks dangerous." The work begins immediately. Children pick up paper and plastic items while adults handle heavier garbage. Teenagers use trash-picking sticks to collect litter from bushes and hard-to-reach places. Everyone talks and laughs while they work. Nina notices that neighbors who never spoke before are chatting and getting to know each other. The cleanup day is becoming a community social event, too.
After 2 hours of hard work, the neighborhood looks completely different. The park is clean and beautiful again, the streets are tidy, and everyone feels proud of what they accomplished together. During the celebration, people suggest making this a monthly activity. We could have a cleanup day every first Saturday, suggests teenager Marcus, and maybe we could plant some flowers too. Nina feels thrilled by the response. What started as her individual concern has become a community movement. She realizes that when one person takes action, it often inspires others to help. 3 months later, Nina's monthly cleanup days have become neighborhood traditions. The area stays much cleaner because people are more aware of littering. New residents learn about the cleanup days and join in immediately. One person really can make a difference, Nina tells her friend, but many people working together can make an even bigger difference.
Word explanations. Litter, trash that people drop on the ground instead of in garbage cans. Frustrated, feeling annoyed because you can't fix a problem. Immediate neighbors, people who live in houses very close to yours. Enthusiastic, very excited and interested in something. Count me in, expression meaning I want to participate. Volunteers, people who help without being paid. Hardware store, shop that sells tools and supplies for fixing things. Donate, give something for free to help others. Recyclables, items that can be used again to make new products. Traffic, cars, buses, and other vehicles on roads. Accomplished, successfully completed or achieved. Thrilled, extremely happy and excited. Movement, group of people working toward the same goal. Roberto moved to the United States from Mexico 2 years ago. He works as a chef in a local restaurant and lives in a diverse apartment complex where people from many different countries are his neighbors. Roberto loves cooking traditional Mexican food, but he misses sharing meals with extended family like he did back home. His small apartment feels quiet and lonely, especially on weekends. One evening, Roberto smells delicious Indian spices coming from his neighbor's apartment. The next day, he smells Korean barbecue from another neighbor. Everyone in this building cooks food from their home countries, Roberto realizes, but we never share meals together. Roberto has an idea. He decides to organize cooking classes where neighbors can teach each other recipes from their cultures. Food brings people together, he thinks. Maybe we can create a community through cooking. Roberto talks to his building manager about using the community kitchen downstairs. The manager thinks it's a wonderful idea and agrees to let residents use the kitchen for free on Sunday afternoons. Roberto creates multilingual flyers in English, Spanish, Korean, and Hindi. The flyer says, "Learn to cook foods from around the world. Share your favorite recipes with neighbors. Every Sunday at 2 p.m. in the community kitchen. All skill levels welcome." The first Sunday, 5 people come to Roberto's international cooking class. Roberto teaches them how to make simple quesadillas with fresh salsa. His neighbors are surprised by how easy and delicious the recipe is. Priya from India volunteers to teach next week. She shows everyone how to make vegetable curry with rice. The apartment hallways smell amazing, and more neighbors become curious about the cooking classes. By the 4th week, 12 people attend regularly. Kimiko teaches Japanese rice bowls, Ahmed demonstrates Middle Eastern hummus, and Maria shares her grandmother's Italian pasta sauce recipe. The cooking classes become more than just food lessons. While chopping vegetables and stirring pots, neighbors share stories about their families, their home countries, and their experiences living in America. "In my country, we always cook together," explains Priya. "Cooking alone feels strange to me. This reminds me of home." Roberto organizes potluck dinners where everyone brings a dish they learned in class. The community room fills with incredible aromas and sounds of different languages as people enjoy meals together. Children from different families play together while their parents cook and eat. Language barriers disappear when people share food and laughter. Roberto's quiet apartment building has become a vibrant international community. The cooking classes attract attention from the local newspaper. A reporter writes an article about how food helps immigrants and longtime residents connect with each other. Roberto feels proud that his simple idea has created so much friendship and cultural exchange.
Food is a universal language, he tells the reporter. When we cook together, we learn that we're more similar than different. The success of Roberto's cooking classes inspires other apartment buildings in the area to start similar programs. Roberto volunteers to help other buildings organize their own international cooking communities. 6 months later, Roberto no longer feels lonely in his new country. He has friends from 6 different countries, knows how to cook 12 new recipes, and has created a model for community building that other neighborhoods are copying. Sharing food is sharing culture, Roberto writes to his family in Mexico. I brought my recipes to America, but I also learned recipes from the world. My new neighbors have become my chosen family.
Word explanations. Diverse, including people from many different backgrounds. Extended family, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. Spices, substances added to food to give it flavor. Multilingual, written in several different languages. Skill levels, different amounts of experience and ability. Volunteers, offers to do something helpful. Demonstrates, shows how to do something. Potluck dinners, meals where everyone brings food to share. Aromas, pleasant smells, especially from food. Language barriers, difficulties communicating because of different languages. Vibrant, full of energy and life. Cultural exchange, sharing traditions and customs between different groups. Chosen family, people who become like family through friendship. What wonderful stories of community connection we shared today. Jenny brought neighbors together through her book club. Sam helped Mrs. Garcia with her garden and learned new skills. Alex rescued a lost dog and made new friends. Nina organized neighbors to clean up their area and created a monthly tradition. And Roberto used cooking to build an international community in his apartment building. These stories show us that small actions can create big changes in our communities. When we reach out to help others, we often help ourselves too. We make friends, learn new things, and feel happier in our neighborhoods. Remember these important words from today: lonely, volunteers, community, neighbors, and sharing. These words help you talk about friendship and helping others. The most important lesson from all our stories is that everyone can make their community better. You don't need special skills or lots of money. You just need kindness, a good idea, and the courage to take the first step. I hope these stories inspire you to look for ways to connect with people in your own community. Maybe you can start a club, help a neighbor, or organize a special event. Small acts of kindness can grow into beautiful friendships and stronger communities. Thank you for listening to English Stories for Life. Keep practicing your English by listening again and again. Each time, you'll understand more and feel more confident. Remember, learning English helps you connect with people from all over the world. See you next time for more inspiring English stories. Have a wonderful week, and remember to be kind to your neighbors.